my favorite bunch of beauties. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to module number 4, which is building healthy relationships. So in previous modules, we have discussed sort of an introduction to self-love. We have discussed exploring personal values and beliefs, and we have explored self-care practices for inner harmony. We have also had some very nice live sessions reviewing this information, as well as like doing some exercises to sort of help us cement what we have learned in these exercises. And we have been having a good time doing it. So today, the 3 things that we are going to cover in this video are setting boundaries with compassion, communicating assertively and authentically, and embracing connections without sacrificing independence. So I decided in this video to go ahead and sort of create my own exercises for this video because there's nothing that sort of covers it in the book. And although the book is supposed to be sort of a companion, it doesn't necessarily cover everything in the video. And I have been finding that the exercises that we've been doing in the videos have been pretty valuable. So I did print out, and if I can figure it out, I am going to put an attachment to some exercises that I created for this module, and I will put them in my description. So what we want to talk about first is setting boundaries with compassion. I want to discuss with you why boundaries are important, and it should kind of go without saying why boundaries are important, because if you don't have boundaries, people will tend to run over you. But I'm going to kind of spell it out for you so it is nice and clear why boundaries are important. Boundaries are essential in a healthy relationship as they define what is acceptable and what is not in terms of behaviors, actions, and interactions. And as I get comfortable here, setting boundaries with compassion is essential to a healthy relationship. Setting boundaries with compassion involves communicating your needs and limits in a respectful and empathetic manner, considering the feelings and perspectives of both parties involved. And I think that goes along with what we discussed last week, is to sort of step back and think about where that other person may be coming from. Think about the fact that everybody has something in their lives that is going on. We all have issues. We all don't, or we all can't bring those or leave those issues outside when we come in. So we bring like baggage with us. So we were talking about just stepping back and thinking about the other person before you actually speak. So this goes along with that. It's crucial to recognize, though, that setting boundaries is not about controlling others, but about taking responsibility for your own well-being and maintaining self-respect. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples of that, and it's going to be sort of one in the professional setting and one in the personal setting. So in the professional setting, politely declining extra work when already overloaded with tasks while expressing gratitude for the opportunity. That is the professional example. Although it seems like sometimes you just don't feel like you're in that place to be able to say no, you're going to have to step back and say, thank you so much for thinking of me, but at this time, I would probably say I have a little bit too much on my plate right now, and it's right now something that I can't handle. So that's a respectful way to be able to say, I don't want this extra work you're trying to give me. Why don't you do it? Another example is a personal one, and this one is explaining to a friend that you need extra time alone to recharge, reassuring them of your friendship while setting boundaries around your need for some personal space. Your girlfriends always want you to go out on a Friday night. Maybe they want to go out to some new club. Maybe they want to go see some new movie. Maybe they just want to go out and have like dinner and drinks. But maybe you are absolutely exhausted after a crazy week at work. I would just tell them, listen, my work week was a little bit crazy and I feel like I might just need to just kind of stay home and chill for a moment, but we can do something at another time. Or we can reschedule this or something like that. Or call me and, doctor, you can talk to your friends. They'll just realize like she might be having a tough time and I'll call her another time. So the second thing we want to talk about is communicating assertively and authentically. Assertive communication involves expressing your thoughts, your feelings, and your needs in a direct and respectful manner. And notice all the time that we're being respectful, although we're setting boundaries, without being passive or aggressive or passive aggressive. No, this is in this time you separate passive or aggressive. You don't want to passively say, this is how I feel, and then the person doesn't take you seriously. But you also don't want to come off as overly aggressive and sort of cause an argument. Authentic communication means being genuine and true to oneself, expressing thoughts and feelings honestly and transparently. Effective communication fosters mutual understanding, builds trust, and strengthens relationships. So examples of those in the workplace is clearly stating your opinion during a team meeting, acknowledging others' viewpoints, and encouraging open discussion. So we recently had a meeting at work, and the manager sort of asked us if we had any thoughts about what was going on or any issues that we felt that we needed to bring up. And I did bring an issue up. So luckily we used Zoom. And with Zoom, you can just sort of type it in because we don't have microphones on our computers. But I could just type in what I wanted to say so I wouldn't be sounding aggressive. But the thing that I was talking about, I could have sounded aggressive. But it was easier just to sort of type it into Zoom. That way the manager can read it and then question the staff about if they had any thoughts about it. Of course, nobody had any thoughts about it because people don't want to speak up. But that's a whole nother issue. I was able to communicate how I was feeling about something that was going on without being passive about it or being aggressive about it. And in your personal relationships, expressing your feelings to your partner about a specific behavior that bothers you, using I statements to convey your emotions without blaming or accusing. And I feel like I want to break that down just like I just did. Say, I feel that this is happening, or I feel that that is happening, or maybe I think that we should discuss so and so. I feel like that's a great way to sort of approach an issue with your partner. If you all have any other ways that you think would be appropriate to discuss, especially something sensitive with your partner, please put it down in the comment section. I would love to hear it. And the third and final thing that we want to talk about today is embracing connections without sacrificing independence. And what that means is that in a healthy relationship, you want to strike a balance between connection and independence. You want to allow individuals to maintain their autonomy while fostering an emotional intimacy and support. So you want to be a friend. So I'm going to take that as you want to develop these healthy relationships, but at the same time, you don't want to seem overly clingy. The person has a life outside of you. And whereas you all are friends, there are things that they may want to do, like take time to be alone so they can recharge, like I mentioned earlier. They may have other obligations with their families. They may not want to talk on the phone. So don't be so clingy and sort of get angry because they sort of don't want to communicate at that time. It has nothing to do with your friendship and more to do with their self-care or their prior obligations, 9 times out of 10. It's essential to prioritize self-care, personal growth, and individual goals while also nurturing relationships with others. Embracing connection without sacrificing independence involves cultivating independence, where individuals rely on each other for support and fulfillment while still maintaining their own identities and interests. And that's what I was saying previously. We all have these multifaceted lives, and my friend is not going to ever be my entire life, or and my friend is not going to be my entire life, or I don't expect for her to be my entire life, is how I want to say it. Both ways, we have to realize that people need to have their own sort of freedom to be pretty much away from you unless they want to be around you. And it's not you, it's them. And that is the worst statement ever, but it's not you, it's them. So examples that I want to give you, and I probably have given them to you. But in friendships, the example is supporting a friend through a difficult time while also making time for personal hobbies and interests. So that is a case of you can help your friend, but you can't be there all the time. So that's sort of the opposite of what I was saying. You need to have time for yourself and still be able to help that friend, but just not be there like at every beck and call, but still be the friend that she needs or he needs. And in romantic relationships, sharing life experiences and creating memories together while also respecting each other's need for time alone and pursuing individual passions. And that I think married couples are more alike than they are different. And sometimes that partner can get a little offended because you found something that you're passionate about and you spend a lot of time doing it. It kind of feels like you're taking time away from them. But you still have to sort of get this balance of spending time with them while at the same time pursuing this passion. You have to be kind of fair about it in a relationship. And to wrap it all up, by focusing on setting boundaries with compassion, communicating assertively and authentically, and embracing connections without sacrificing independence, individuals can cultivate healthier and more fulfilling relationships in various aspects of their lives. These principles promote mutual respect, understanding, and emotional well-being, leading to stronger and more resilient connections with others. And that is module number 4, building healthy relationships, which is all a part of self-care. Like I said, I am going to try to figure out how to attach this week's exercises, and you can print them out at your leisure and join us on Saturday at 2 o'clock and we can talk about it. And in these exercises, it sort of breaks down each sort of topic that we talked about, and there's 2 topics for each exercise. We'll kind of skim over them. We usually spend maybe about 45 minutes in each video, in each live. So we'll try to get the meat and potatoes of it in without spending too much time on it. And then for module number 5, it is going to be about embracing change and growth. And we are going to talk about resilience and adapting to life transitions. That is a big one when you are over 40. Celebrating achievements and milestones and continuing personal development, which we should all be doing. I want to thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.